So, you may have seen me say that I have next to no interest in collecting football cards because I don't want to rip packs and just get a bunch of players that I barely care for and don't give a fuck about and have zero interest in. However, I am a Villa fan, so these are kind of different. I bought these as, I don't know, people were just selling base and stuff on. It was like vintage. It was about £5 for 30 odd. I think he gave me a couple more than I originally thought I was getting, and then I brought a couple of singles just to go with it because I don't mind collecting Villa cards because I am a Villa fan. I just have little interest in chasing a decent card in really expensive, insanely expensive, stupidly expensive chase packs. Like I see others open like Mini Minter and Zerka, and I can't remember, there's another kid I watch occasionally, and they're all like spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds on these box breaks to get like a pack with 6 cards in it and 6 autographs, and only one of them is even remotely interesting, or patch or whatnot. I just don't care. So I'm happy to buy the Villa cards opened, and I just thought I'd show you. We are somewhat a cards channel now, so let's talk about it. Let's move the top loaders out of the way. Look at me knowing some of the terminology. So Amadou Onana, I wonder how long Amadou will be around for, because he was bloody expensive. I like him. I certainly like the way he plays up to the hole, and just the away Villa fans, every time we win a game, he's got a thing going on that the Villa fans really appreciate, and it makes it special when he goes over and does the whole cheers thing. And I like him. I'm not sure he's worth what we paid for him. I'm not sure I'd miss him if we were in trouble with PRS or whatever and we sold him on, but I do like him. And Powell's an interesting one, because depending on who you ask, he's either exactly what we need in making the defence go forward, picking out passes, or he's a bit ropey at the back. You tell me what you think. I'm indifferent about Powell, to be honest. He's obviously an Unai signing. I think Unai had worked with him before, so Unai could shit in his hands and clap, and I'd happily listen to what he has to say and watch it, because he and the owners have transformed that club, and I've got nothing but love for them, and I trust their decision making. They're not going to get it right every time, and that really isn't an issue, because at the end of the day it's their money, and I trust them to get themselves out of the hole. Beauregard, he showed last season some glimpses of just being a utility player. I think he could be one of those that is a good squad player, sits under the radar, could be something one day, but for now, I'm not sure I'd want to run with him in the first team, but if we have an injury, I'd be more than happy for him to step up and be the guy who, again, utility player. I think he plays like anywhere along the back line that we stick in, possibly even push up to midfield if we really had to. So Stanley obviously no longer with us, so let's not talk too much about that. We have a certain future John Durán. We all took the piss when he went to Saudi, and he's obviously only spent 6 months in Saudi to get his payday, and now he's got actual aspirations. I mean, he had aspirations before, so why he went to Saudi, I'll never know. He obviously went for the money, and I can't remember where he's gone now. I want to say Fiorentina, I can't remember. Somewhere that isn't the Premier League, and he isn't playing at the top level in terms of the teams around him. Let's say, I won't rubbish the top teams in different leagues, because obviously there are some decent ones as well, we know, especially being in Europe. It remains to be seen how he progresses, because he could be an absolute maverick, the next Balotelli. He could either destroy his career overnight or make it overnight, so you never know. Ollie, you gotta love Ollie. He's an absolute workhorse. That's a nice pattern. He's an absolute workhorse. We'd miss him, because how are you going to replace a double figures striker, hopefully a approaching the 20s for the kind of money we'd get from, you know, we would have to replace like for like. So, you know, we're not going to improve on him for the money, but at the same time, he's not a striker. Let's be honest. He misses so many chances. I love him. I think he works hard. He's going to assist. He's always going to run his socks off. He's always going to give a shit. He's always going to just try his best, and he's going to always get a goal, but he's always going to miss a goal, and he's going to miss sitters time and time again. So we need someone who complements Ollie. We need a second striker, someone who can make a difference. And in Durán, we kind of had that, but a lot of people think that Ollie is a player that plays better when he doesn't have the threat of someone breathing down his neck and taking his number one spot. Yeah, we'll see what happens as the season progresses. If he's still here, he obviously has a lot of interest from other teams, but I can't see us selling any of our big dogs unless we can replace them, because it just wouldn't make sense. We already spoke about John. It's a cool card. I like it. Luka. Now, a lot of people don't like Luka. I really like Luka. A lot of people prefer Maatsen. I really like Luka. I don't think I've seen enough of Maatsen, but I really like Luka. So yeah, I hope he stays. I think he's like one of the biggest on our wage bill though. So if people are right and Ian Maatsen is all that, and we can replace Luka with a backup for Maatsen, and Maatsen steps up and he can give me what I expect from Luka, then cool. Yeah, again, a lot of people are not going to agree with me on that one, but I think he does get to the byline. I think he does everything Maatsen does do as well, but people don't agree, so fuck them. Emi, how can you not love Emi? I love Emi. Emi's my favourite Villa keeper since Bosnich, so yeah. There was rumours that Manchester United wanted him. I think just today or yesterday there was a rumour that they inquired about loaning him. Like, we're going to send a fucking world winning goalkeeper out on loan when we're not getting a fat stack from him. The only way Emi leaves this club is if we get a price that makes it worthwhile for us selling him. Otherwise he's not leaving this club, unless obviously he kicks up a fuss and he twists the arm of the club, but I can't see that happening. We've given him so much as a club and he recognises that, and yeah, Emi ain't going nowhere unless we get a big fat stack. Right, and people, we are back. I ran out of memory card. You know, it's one of those days. Not enough memory, not enough battery. Memory card that I did put in wasn't fast enough. New memory card didn't have enough space on it. Ran out while I was filming. Blah de blah de blah de blah. We were talking about Martínez. Yeah. We have another Emi. We have spoken about Emi a lot. We have spoken about Ollie a lot. If you're a Villa fan, have posted just a card collector and you want to get involved, then let me know. What do you think? Down in the comments. Emi, we've sold Emi. I don't actually know. I can't remember. There's a part of me wants to say we've sold him. I know he went out on loan last season, I think. Have we actually sold him? And there's always one or two players that you completely forget are at the Villa until you see the team sheet for the new season. You're like, oh shit. Leon, yeah, I really wanted to like Leon. I think it's about time he goes, don't you? I think he has his moments, but if we can get an okay price for him, then I think we should get rid of him. We're stacked in the midfield. People will disagree and say that we need a right winger. People would say we need a left winger, but yeah, just don't put Morgan on the right. I don't like Morgan on the right. Mingsy, I mean, we're like rock solid when Mings is in the team, unless he's picking up the ball for some strange reason. No more of them, preferably. Musa, I think he did all right when he moved, didn't he? And a lot of people said we lost a lot when he went. Can't say I missed him, if I'm honest. He didn't really excite me as much as he seemed to excite most people. But again, it's a nice card. Luka, already spoke about Luka. We kind of spoke about Ian when we spoke about Luka. Yeah, I would like to see him flourish, obviously, because I think he's heavily invested in, so he's going to be our future. I think we brought him in to challenge Luca and take Luca's spot, and Luca held his own and kept him out. So, you know, I can't cry about that. Ollie, I have a repeat. I think he sent me the repeats as free kind of gifts just because I brought a whole big old whack pack. I might stick him up as singles just on Tinternet for 99p if that. See if I can get rid of a couple. Is in like a small bundle of 2 or 3. Costa, I believe I saw the other day, he's out going on loan this season, getting some valuable experience. I know a lot of fans wanted to see more of him, but he is what he is, and he's young. Dougie, a lot of rumours about Dougie coming back. I don't know what's going on with Dougie. He obviously didn't get his form with Juventus. We've got Kamara, we've got Tielemans. Do we need a Dougie? Could we push him higher up the pitch and just add to more competition in the midfield like we need that? I mean, if we get him for a cut rate after we made a good wedge off him, I suppose we could get him back for the sake of getting him back. Liam, guess it depends on prices in terms of wage and fee. Anyway, yeah, Leon, spoken about Leon. Matty Cash, very much one that everybody wants to get rid of. I quite like Matty personally. He has his moments. He can get forward. He can put it across. I've seen statistics saying otherwise, but I like Matty. And I have 2 of Matty. Do I like him enough that I would miss him if he was sold and we got someone in better? Probably not, to be honest. Emi, I liked Emi for a long while as well, but you know, I think he found his level when we were in a championship. Another of Tyrone, I don't know if that's a repeat, can't remember what the last one looked like. Don't think it is, but you never know. Where are you, Ty? No, it isn't. Esri established himself as an English defender, as in the England team, after being, what was it, a Brentford boy and a Dean Smith favourite. And you know, fair play to him, because he's been great for us, and he kind of came out of nowhere as a no one, and he's made a name for himself. And yeah, fair fucks. Love a bit of Esri. Powell, already spoken about Powell, already spoke about Digne, already spoke about Emi. Aaron Ramsey, no longer at the club. We sold him a couple of seasons back. So rookie card, I don't imagine him ever getting the plaudits of his brother, to be honest. I really like JJ. I would hate to see JJ go. But you know, it's pure profit, isn't it, when we sell academy graduates. But I think JJ is a Villa through and through, and he's a real talent. The only thing that kind of left JJ in people's shadow is injuries, and obviously Morgan coming in, because we had a new super kid to focus on. Boubacar, I think everyone loves Boubacar. He's so understated, isn't he? I suppose he just, people say, I mean, obviously he didn't make plenty of mistakes, but he seems to be the Rolls Royce who just kind of sits in midfield and does what he does. Yeah, I guess the fact that he's and he's just there doing his job, nothing special, nothing majorly wrong either. That's kind of what you want of a player in his position. Another Tyrone, it's quite a pretty one. I have no idea. Is that a Merlin? What's the M? I can't see that. I'll have to zoom in on post, because I can't read what that is, what brand that is. Danny Ings. I kind of feel a bit for Danny, because since coming to the Villa, he kind of went to shit, didn't it? Because he was quite a consistent goal scorer everywhere he went, and then he came to Villa. I guess he just didn't fit our system, and you know, given where we were at the time, yeah, I don't think anyone was really fitting our system. Oh, we've got quite a few Dannys. So yeah, I bought them as bulk. Let's not finish on a Danny. Let's have a shiny Watkins. So yeah, just a bit of bulk really. I can't remember how much I paid. It was about £5. I brought a couple of singles to go with it. Do you want to focus? There you go. I brought a couple of singles to go with it, and I think I'll do them in a different opening. I'll do a singles only kind of video, because I have a few randomers that aren't football related, that aren't Villa related, that are just singles I quite fancied because I like the player, I like the sport, or at least I like the player in that sport. I don't necessarily follow the sport outside of a single player, such as tennis. I'd quite like to do, I don't know, I'm watching the Women's Euros at the minute, so I'd quite like to, it'd be nice to get a card of Michelle, I won't even try and pronounce the second name. Scored the goal yesterday in extra time to get us back in it, and smashed the bar to put us into the final after Chloe Kelly put the pen away, well, the rebound. So I'd quite like to get a rookie of her. I don't think they exist. I think Topps have released a single for $8.99, so I had a quick look, that you can buy individually, and then you might get a parallel version of one of one. I might get it because I think it could be worth some money if we end up winning and she scores again in the final. I think that could be a hell of a rookie card to get. I don't think it's classed as a rookie card. Technically it's a one-off print and it's not a rookie card, but that would be a nice card to get if we succeed. WNBA, I quite like to, there's a couple of players in that I'd quite like to try and chase. I know nothing about it. I haven't watched basketball since the 90s. I was a massive Bulls fan. The Rodman, Jordan, Pippen era, absolutely just adored watching it. It was on Channel 5. You could get it really easy. Really enjoyed my basketball back then. Not so much now. Couldn't tell you half of the male players. Couldn't tell you a tenth of the male players. Could probably tell you a handful, if that, more male players than the female players. What else? Yeah, I've got, did I say tennis? I think I did. Did I do darts cards? I don't know. Maybe we get a Luke Littler. I don't know. But anyway, I'm rambling. So you don't want to see me ramble anymore. You come to see some Villa cards. If you want to see me do some singles, subscribe to all that kind of stuff. I'll see what I buy in the near future that doesn't fit into any rips or themes, and we'll do it. Peace.